Good morning, Intenders.
Good morning.
Welcome and welcome back to Morning Intentions. Today is Monday, June 8th. And I wanted to check in with you since this was a huge thing last Friday.
Last Friday seems so long ago.
Doesn't it?
Ada, remind me.
Well, you had explained first bird and second bird to everybody on Thursday. And then I asked you about being both calm and curious. And your answer was those two don't go together. Over the weekend, did you reflect on that at all? Did you check in about being both calm and curious?
I'm going to answer that.
Answer that with a question.
I'm going to answer it with a question. Remember,
oh my goodness.
We had an entire month on play. Remember that?
Yes, a long time ago.
When I would sit down at the microphone, I would think, what are we going to say? Which is a little bit different experience because normally I sit down at the microphone and one of us is bursting and then we're off and running and we know. When we were talking about play, I would just think, we got to talk about play. I had a little bit of that coming into the studio today. It's like, we're talking about curiosity and calm and the art of enjoying life. This would be a real challenge for me, the curiosity part. I'm going to just share something so little. When I think of curiosity, I think about getting out of these habitual patterns that I'm in. Just like going on my walk with the dog last week. Dawn and I, we always take Molly on a sunset walk. It's too hot to go on a sunset walk too early. Like we have to go really at sunset. Well, then that kind of screws up dinner.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you pause right there? It's not just taking the dog on a sunset walk for you because I've tried to change your mind about this. It's that you like to eat dinner after you go on the walk.
Yeah, so in the winter, or in the spring and in early summer and actually fall, I can take Molly on a sunset walk and then go have dinner and all is well. I like to have dinner.
It's more than just all is well, though. Okay, I'm just going to clue everyone in here. You like to go on the dog walk at sunset, come inside, eat your dinner, and then that settles you in for the evening.
That's the last thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's more ease. That's the signal. It's getting closer to bed. It's time to just stop, rest, and restore for the evening. So when I've told you, you just need to go later. I don't know what you do. You eat dinner before and then you go on the walk after. It helps with your digestion, allegedly. So you might as well get some digestive aid and go on a walk after. And then you constantly tell me, no, I can't do that.
Well, I don't like it as much. And that's what I'm thinking about. So when we're thinking about bringing more curiosity in, we have to break some of our habits. And also maybe habits and traditions, or this is the way we've always done it. We always go on a sunset walk and then we go in and have dinner. And it might be, we have dinner and then we go on the sunset walk because it's too hot to go earlier and the sunset's so late. This is a simplistic example, but I also think that it illustrates when we're moving into curiosity, especially if you're like me. I'm not a player and I don't think I'm that curious, actually. I'm a researcher if it's a subject that I'm interested in, but I don't know just how curious I am. I wanted to share many times in our coaching, we will ask our clients if they're struggling with something. We'll say, okay, you have your clear vision of a specific outcome, which is what we like to have. This is where we are right now, and this is where we're going, a clear vision of a specific outcome. And then we can have deep conversations and maybe lengthy conversations about, what gets in the way? We're trying to do things a new way, and what prevents us from doing things in a new way? We might be very habitual in what we do, what we think about people, what we think about ourselves. We have these habitual ways of approaching life, or we're following traditions that maybe started long before us, if they're family traditions or even traditions in a relationship. Well, this is the way we've always done it. Why do you want to change now? Breaking the habits and moving out of the traditions is part of what we're talking about. I'm just bringing up a simplistic example because I'm struggling with this.
I don't think it's as simplistic as you think. I'm thinking to all the times in my life that I've been very rigid. It has to be a certain way, and if it's not the way I think it should be, then boy, am I not happy, and I'll let you know about it. When I think about those moments, and typically to go with what you're saying, it could be it's the way I've always done something. It's how I think it should be. I'm not very curious. I'm not open-minded at all. It's just this is the way it should be. In those moments, I'm not happy. I'm not enjoying life. The rigidity and trying to force the situation to be the specific way that I want sucks the life out of it, zaps all the fun. I can't enjoy life when I'm being so rigid. I'm just into my habitual way of thinking. I think that's the key here, and that's what I've needed to learn in my life. The more rigid I get because I think it's going to be part of my safety, if we do it the same way, it's going to end up the same way, and I'm going to be safe. But that lack of curiosity does keep me from enjoying life.
When you say that, I've met many people, and I would count myself among these folks. I feel extremely open and accepting in many, many, many areas of my life. And so it's some of these little things, like this is the way we've always done it. This is what a holiday should look like. This is what my Sunday evening must look like. This is what my sunset walk should look like. We can get caught up in that minutia, you could call it, but it doesn't feel like minutia. And that robs us of the opportunity for curiosity.
Think of over the weekend what I was telling you. I'm installing this garden fence in my garden. And it's one of those where you have to build it from one point. They all interlock, but you have to start with one. Then one has slots that you stick these little notches or little posts in, and then you have to just build one off of the other. And there's one, it is so frustrating whenever I look at it, but I couldn't get them to connect. And think of that. It bothers me so much that they don't connect. And I was getting a little tilted over the weekend trying to put it together because I just couldn't get them to connect. I thought it should look a certain way. It doesn't. It didn't ruin my day. It doesn't ruin my day, but there's still something inside of me that's irked about it.
That's where we can get into habits, traditions, and maybe what we should talk about tomorrow, Ada, judgment. What you were doing there is you came and told me about it, and you said, I couldn't get this to go the way I wanted it to go. On stuff like that, I'm fine. I'm thinking, well, just put some rocks around it, plant a plant in front of it, you'll be fine. Who's going to know? Things like that are easy for me, where they're more stumbling for you. And then we seem to be, once again, quite different from one another. But I think between the two of us, we can understand pretty much the basics of how people could be struggling. And there's habits, there's traditions, and then what you're bringing up is judgment and judging yourself. Like it had to look a certain way.
Yeah, just call it rigid thinking.
But see, I don't think of myself as a rigid thinker. And yet, in certain instances, I guess I am. And that's why this curiosity thing is a struggle for me. I'm seeing where curiosity could really benefit my life. You know, curiosity and the art of enjoying life. When you're not willing to be curious, it's hard to enjoy life because you want things to be a certain way. Not that you want your way. You just want things to be a certain way. There's a difference.
There is a difference, and I've noticed as I've softened myself that I don't need things to be the way I think they need to be and allowed things to flow a little more freely and let things be whatever they are. I enjoy life more. I enjoy the different situations I'm in. I enjoy the people I'm around a whole lot more. And that lack of curiosity, not being curious even about whatever the situation is, let's find out together. The more I'm in that curiosity space, the more fun life gets. So our intention for today is a curiosity question. What habits and traditions are keeping me from being curious? what habits and traditions are keeping me from being curious. Thank you so much for joining us today. Our day is better because you are part of our day. See you tomorrow.
See you then.